Hey man, Black House Booking back with another video, and today we're gonna review night one of the WWE 2023 draft. I'm very excited and I'm very pleased with what I've seen thus far. I do have a couple of notes and a couple of things that I'm a little worried about moving forward, but I am optimistic. This is actually gonna be a video not complaining. This is gonna be a video, congratulating, because I think Triple H was the mastermind behind bringing the draft back, and he knows the importance of shaking things up and moving forward. So let's get right into it. So I didn't even take into consideration that Roman Reigns would be drafted at all. I just thought, he was gonna stay on SmackDown, but how they do a draft is a little different from how we think the draft would take place. So yes, Roman Reigns was drafted, but here's the thing: he was drafted with Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa. So I'm a little confused as to why they didn't just draft the whole bloodline, which would include the Usos, unless they're trying to send us a message or throw us off that the Usos aren't technically a part of the bloodline, that they're just the Usos, which would make sense, especially if you play WWE 2K23. Like, you can never just make them a part of the bloodline and have the Usos for like your universe mode. They're separate, so I guess they're looking at the Usos as a tag team, but I do think the Usos will remain on the same brand with Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman. I would be super duper shocked if the Usos were drafted to Raw and not SmackDown. So yes, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Paul Heyman were drafted to SmackDown. I'm going to go over all the SmackDown picks and all the Raw picks separate. I'm not going to go round by round, because Bianca Belair was also a pick for SmackDown. This confuses me because obviously Bianca Belair is the Raw Women's Champion. So are we going to have another swap? Because Rhea Ripley has to be drafted to Raw. However, I don't mind, because I've always said Rhea Ripley has that Raw Women's Champion type of vibe, and Rhea Ripley belongs on Monday nights, in my opinion. I think Raw is the more, edgy brand, so to speak. So Rhea being on Raw, that's fine. I don't like the title swap thing. A lot of people are mad because it's going to mess up Bianca's reign, because you're technically starting over, but no one really cares. We need to start over everything. Everything needs to start anew. Triple H did announce that the World Heavyweight Championship will be on Raw, since Roman Reigns has the Unified Championship on SmackDown. So I thought the World Heavyweight Championship was going to be on SmackDown, and Roman Reigns was going to, hold the WWE Championship on Raw, but we're wrong. And this is going to have a lot of implications for something else that I'm going to talk about when we get to the Raw picks. Another SmackDown pick, the Street Profits. I expected this. For me, this was a no-brainer, because oftentimes they do pair, people who are actually like married in a relationship in real life, and have them on the same brand to appease them and things in that nature. So yes, we have Bianca Belair going to SmackDown, so it will only make sense that the Street Profits will go to SmackDown as well, because Montez Ford is a SmackDown superstar. They do take that into consideration, whether you believe it or not. They actually do. We also have Edge, which is somewhat surprising, I think. It's going to be nice to see Edge back on Friday Night SmackDown. He retired in 2010 on SmackDown, my favorite superstar. So to see him retire again, on SmackDown would be befitting. It'll be a full circle moment. We also have the OC one. I'm very happy. I knew the OC was going to get drafted to, either brand, and that it was going to be made public, because, we got AJ Styles back in the mix. We got Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and Mia Yim as a part of the OC. So all four of them were drafted to SmackDown. I like that they're drafting whole stables, because they're showing that, hey, we care about the factions, we care about the stories, we're going to keep some of these factions together moving forward. Another great draft pick was Damage Control. So I thought they were going to throw us for a swerve and make it like Damage Control was about to break up, but they drafted the entire Damage Control to SmackDown. Bayley belongs on SmackDown. She's great over there. You know what I'm saying? She's SmackDown Women's Champion, one of the best reigns I've ever seen. So having Bayley on SmackDown makes a lot of sense to me, and I'm very happy about that. And the most surprising pick, which I'm happy that they did, because I said the women's tag team division wasn't legitimate. Now they have Apple Fire and Isla Dawn of Fire. That's what I call them. So we have, NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. They will be drafted to SmackDown. I don't know if they lost those belts or if, they still have them. I haven't been keeping up, so my bad. But They are on SmackDown, so we're gonna add some legit tag teams to the women's tag team division, and hopefully that's gonna shake things up. I'm very happy to see them move to the main roster. You know, the former Kaylee Ray, I would have rather see her go for a singles run, but it's good that she's gonna have a spot. I think she's gonna make a big difference on SmackDown, and to see her on SmackDown will be great. So now let's move forward. We have Raw. Now, very surprised. Cody Rhodes was drafted to Raw. This made me think that the WWE Championship was going to be the Raw title. However, the World Heavyweight Championship was confirmed to be the title that's going to be on Raw. So I have a sneaky suspicion that they're going to let Cody Rhodes win that title and not the undisputed WWE Championship, which he wants. He wants the WWE Championship, but they're going to give him the consolation prize. I'm not happy about this. I think Cody Rhodes should be the WWE Champion. That's the title that eluded his father. But having the big gold is also great because, you know, his father, you know, loved the WCW as well. So I don't think it would be bad, but like I really want Cody Rhodes to be WWE Champion, man. You guys really don't know how much I like Cody Rhodes, man. But it's all right. You know, he'll get his. Becky Lynch drafted to Raw. Makes sense. I want to see Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley in a match. So Becky Lynch staying on Raw makes a lot of sense to me. And, you know, we'll see what happens with that Raw Women's Championship. Imperium drafted to Raw, which makes me think that Austin Theory will get drafted to SmackDown and take that United States Championship over there, which is cool. The United States Championship was always a SmackDown belt to me, and the Intercontinental was always a Raw belt. And Gunther on Raw is money. Which brings up another point. Like I said, Gunther will be the World Heavyweight Champion eventually. So, gotcha. Matt Riddle drafted to Raw. Makes a lot of sense. Randy Orton will come back, I believe, and he'll come back to Raw. So to have Matt Riddle on Raw, yeah, makes sense. Drew McIntyre, pleasant surprise. This means he's still with the company, not going to AEW. That's what that means for now. So I'm happy to see Drew get some shine. And now he's a Raw superstar. Hopefully they'll keep Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes on SmackDown, keep them away from each other for a while. And Drew can chase Gunther for that Intercontinental belt if he wants to. Or you're going to put him in a match for that World Heavyweight Championship, which is what I think they will do. We have The Miz on Raw. Makes sense. The Miz is a Raw superstar through and through. We have Shinsuke Nakamura on Raw, which I am very pleased with. I love Shinsuke Nakamura, and I think that he's going to make an impact on Raw. And you have another contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Lastly, the NXT Women's Champion Indy Hartwell drafted to Raw. Now, this is amazing. This is amazing because I thought they were going to, you know, have a lack of faith with her with what happened with, you know, the match and her hurting her leg. And she just won the NXT Women's Championship, and now you're going to move her to Raw? I have mixed feelings about this. I thought she was going to have a longer run at NXT. I thought she was going to be able to do something, but I guess not. I guess they're, you know, hey, it's time to move up. And they're probably going to put that belt on Tiffany Stratton, most likely. So Indy Hartwell going to Raw makes sense if they're just going to have her vacate the NXT Women's Championship. Now she gets to move around with Dexter. You get to reform the Way, so she can team up with Candice LeRae and go after the Women's Tag Team Championship. So that's another legitimate tag team that you can have, because they're not going to have her go after the Raw Women's Championship. I don't believe so. That wouldn't make a lot of sense to me. Now we have some picks that we did not see. We have some picks that came through on Saturday, which is today. We have the Viking Raiders, all three, Eric, Ivar, and Valhalla drafted to Raw. We have Dexter Lumis drafted to Raw to pair with Indy, like I said. Candice LeRae on Raw, like I said. We have Maximum Male Models on Raw now, which makes sense to me. Makes a lot of sense. I think they should be on the Raw brand. We have Zoe Stark. She's moving up. I really thought she's going to get an NXT Women's Championship run, but I was wrong. We have JD from NXT. He is now, you know, on the main roster, which is very surprising to me. I don't know what they're going to do with him. We have Apollo Crews coming back to the main roster, but he's going to Raw. You know, he was on SmackDown before, and hopefully this can have something to do with bringing back the Hurt Business, because we desperately need him to come back. Now that Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins is on SmackDown, I don't think we're going to have anything going on, you know, with MVP. We have Natalya on Raw. Fine, I guess. I think Natalya is better suited for SmackDown, but hey. We have Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, so they're pairing them together. They're official tag team. They'll be on Raw. I think Chelsea Green and Carmella should be a tag team. That's just my humble opinion, but what do I know? I'm just Booger from a black couch. And then SmackDown got 2 picks, but I'm sure they're going to get some more picks either today or tomorrow. Hit Row. Yay. Hit Row on SmackDown. Whatever. And we have Lacey Evans on SmackDown, a name I haven't heard in a while. So Lacey Evans is officially a SmackDown superstar again. She's been drafted to SmackDown. Let's see if something's going to happen with that. If you want to bring Lacey Evans back, you can put her in a program with Bianca Belair ASAP. Even if she loses, at least she's on TV and she's seen. So what do I think about the draft so far? I think the draft is good. I think night 2 we're gonna have some, some clarity on what's going on. We're gonna split a lot of titles up because SmackDown and Raw have, multiple championships that they don't need to have right now. We're gonna split those up. We're gonna draft Rhea Ripley to Raw. The whole Judgment Day pod is gonna be on Raw. We're gonna have Austin Theory go to SmackDown, which is a great change of pace. I think SmackDown is better suited for Austin Theory right now. And those tag team championships still aren't split up yet. We have to split those tag team belts up. Let's have Sami and Kevin Owens lose to the LWO. Why not? Let's put those belts on somebody. At least lose the SmackDown belts. You know what I'm saying? But the draft, pretty good. I'm very happy. It's mixing things up. And I'm actually looking forward to see what happens next. So it does spoil a couple things for me because I don't think Io Sky is going to win now. She's on SmackDown. So if she was to face Bianca Belair, it wouldn't make sense unless it's going to be for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and vice versa with Zelina Vega and Rhea Ripley. So a lot of things, just don't make a lot of sense. And Austin Theory, now I definitely don't think he's going to lose that United States Championship unless it's to Bobby Lashley, because Bobby Lashley is the only guy that went to SmackDown. And we still don't really know if Austin Theory is going to go to SmackDown yet. So Bobby Lashley could just beat him at Backlash and then take that championship, and then Austin Theory could go after the Intercontinental belt or the World Heavyweight Championship. We don't know. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for sticking around, man. I love you guys so much. We're going to roll to 1,000 subscribers, baby. Let's get it. Let's go.